Sammy Staffer is ready to set up an email reminder to everyone who registered for Blackthorn University's annual career fair using Smart Scheduler. From the Event Scheduler component, Sammy will select scheduling an email to event attendees in the recipient section. This can also be set up to send to session attendees. Sammy then gives the schedule a name, defines a from email address and a to email address. He then selects the attendee filter of registration status, since that's the population that he wants to filter on. Sammy then selects registered from the list of registration statuses. Next, Sammy then looks at when to schedule the send. The university standard for reminder emails is 3 days before an event. So instead of defining a specific date and time, Sammy selects 3 days before the event start date. He then looks at what email he wants to send and selects the standard reminder light email. Finally, Sammy schedules the send. Then, from the Event Scheduler component, he can see the list of scheduled sends.
Using Global Scheduler, users can leverage the flexibility of Smart Scheduler for even more use cases outside of events. Let's say Sammy Staffer wants to send a scheduled email to everyone who responded yes to the networking event custom question that we set up earlier in Storefront. First, we'll navigate to the Smart Scheduler admin tab. Then Sammy will pick messages on the left to view the Global Scheduler. Here's where we'll see all of our currently scheduled Global Scheduler sends, and we'll set up a new send now. Then we'll click whether we want to do an SMS or an email. In this case, we'll choose email. Then we'll pick the base object, which in this case will be the BT form submission object. And then we'll choose the related object, which will be the BT form submission answer object. That's where the answers to our custom questions will land in the internal Salesforce object structure. Then we'll give our schedule a name. And then we'll choose the to email and the from email for our global scheduler send. For the to email, we'll just choose the contacts email, which we can get by going to the form submission and then to the related contact, and then finally the contact email field. Next, we'll choose where the activities and tasks will be associated in Salesforce. In this case, we'll just leave it associated with the contact. And then we'll choose the criteria for the form submission and the form submission answer records. For the form submission, we really just want to make sure that it's associated with the correct form. So in this case, we'll choose the form that we set up specifically for the networking event custom question, and we'll just choose the name of that form. So that'll be BT University form in our case here. Then for the answer records, we'll make sure that we're only sending people emails that responded yes to that custom question. So we'll just choose that question's criteria as yes. After we've done so, we can see that the total recipients updates at the bottom to only form submission answers that have responded yes to this custom question. So we're sure now that we're only sending to people that have indicated they're interested in the event. We'll click next here, and then we can choose when to send our scheduled email. So we have 3 options. One is a particular date and time. One is now for a one-off send immediately. And then in the middle, there's the option to set up a schedule. In this case, we'll want to send the email maybe an hour after one of these form submissions comes through. So we'll choose 1 hour after the created date. Then we'll pick our email template. In this case, we've already set up a pre-configured template for this scheduled send. Then we'll click next. And then we have the opportunity to schedule a test send to make sure that all of our merge fields are set up correctly. Once we're happy with our scheduled send here, we'll click schedule, and then we can view the schedule send screen here, which shows that we've set up an active schedule. Now, whenever someone responds yes to that custom question and completes checkout, they'll get a confirmation email about an hour afterwards, sending them the details of the networking event.